Okay, in this video, we're going to be solving two-step inequalities. Just a reminder, when you solve any inequality, you get the variable by itself, and you reverse the sign if you multiply or divide by a negative. Anything else, the sign would stay the same. So let's take our inequality. I'll write it over here where I have more room. Treat it like an equation. You want to get the variable by itself. Since I subtracted 1, the sign stays the same. What I mean by the sign stays the same, greater than, just slide it down. Now I got to divide by 3. Dividing by a positive is good. It's okay. So the sign stays the same. So here's my solution. Now, again, I could type that in, but I prefer to put the variable first. And if I do that, I must reverse the sign. So 2 is greater than any number that works. Or you could say all the numbers that work, all the solutions are less than 2. That's the one I'm going to type in the box there. After I check it, I determine to make sure I put the 2 on my graph. 2 is the important point. It's like the border point, and it's not equal to 2, so I want it to be unshaded. So the unshaded circle is perfect. And I want to graph all the numbers that are less than 2, which of course 0 would be part of that. So before I hit that green check, I think to myself, if I put a 0 right in here, 3 times 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. Is 7 greater than 1? Of course it is. So that means 0 would work. Any numbers that are to that side would also work. So I'm pretty confident when I hit that green check, I should have it correct. Erase my marks. Let's go to the second one. Ooh, now this one, I'm going to take a second and recopy this on the left side. Let me pause. So you notice I recopied this inequality over here where I had room. It'd be like on your scrap paper. And I have the left side over here. This stuff is greater than this stuff here. I have x's on both sides. I need to get x's on one side or the other. Well, I'm going to move my x's. Now you have a choice. You can move it on the left side or the right side. I'm going to get rid of my x's over here to show you what this looks like. And I have -6. The sign would stay the same. Anytime you add or subtract, doesn't matter. The sign stays the same. And I have 7, and I have -17x, or -17x. So I'm going to get rid of the 7. -6 minus 7 is -13. And I have -17x on this side. The sign would stay the same. The only time you reverse the sign is when you multiply or divide by a negative. Right now, I need to divide by -17 the way I did this. Ooh, I get 13/17. Now the sign has to reverse. To get x by itself here, I had to divide by a negative. So it looks like that's going to be my solution. However, I'm going to type it so the x's first. So let me type in x. I want a less than sign. It looks like this fraction, 13/17. Before I tap, I would take my calculator, which I need to grab over here, and I would tap in a check step. I would take everything that is on the left side here, and I would substitute in 13/17 here for x. Then I take everything on the right side and substitute in 13/17 for x and see if both sides are equal. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to check it right now. So when I did my check step, I don't know if you can see that, it shows that both sides will be equal if I substitute in the 13/17. So I'm pretty confident that's good. I have the sign. Oh, I moved the x. So it's on the left. I had to reverse the sign. So it's good I looked at that. So I need to go to what I typed in, and I need to change it to make sure it's a greater than sign now. Yep. I'm going to hit my check, and it worked. Good. That's good. I checked it, and it's good. I looked at it again before I hit that green check. The time it takes to do that is worth it, because if I got a red dot, I'd have to finish this. I'd have to correct it, get it right, and then do another one before I get a point. So taking your time and being accurate is worth it. It actually takes less time to take your time. All right, so 13/17 doesn't include the 13/17. It's not equal to, so I need to unshade it, and I want any number that's greater than that. For example, 100. If you took 100, which is way out here, right? So let me just show you this. Think about it. If I took 100 and I replaced it in here for this x, and I put it in here for this x, 7 times 100, 700, minus 6 will be 694 on this side. That side has to be greater than 7 minus 10 times 100 is 1,000. That would be negative something, and a positive is always greater than a negative. So I know I sheet it the right way. So again, a couple seconds of checking, I can just about guarantee I have it correct. Okay, so just be aware of when you reverse the sign, when you multiply or divide by a negative. Get the variable by itself, make sure you write in the inequality in the inequality box, check it, and if it's correct, then graph it.